I'm 29 and I'm from Greater Manchester. I am a community champion volunteer for Alcohol Change UK. And today I'm just going to talk quickly about redefining parental relationships and how domestic relationships can change and improve when taking a break from alcohol. Um, so how did I notice that relationships changed when I started to drink? First and foremost, my children know I am far more dependable now I'm not drinking. I keep to my promises. So if I say that we're going to go somewhere at the weekend, or I say that we're going to go somewhere in a couple of weeks' time, they know that that's going to happen now. I'm not hungover at the weekend, so we're not having duvet days. I've got more money to do things with them, to go out on day trips. They're also a lot more relaxed in general, because obviously now that I've stopped drinking, our home life is a lot more harmonious. And particularly my eldest, my daughter, she was definitely aware of the consequences that my drinking was leading to. So she's definitely more relaxed in general, and she tells me a lot at the time how proud she is of me. So that is absolutely amazing. My relationships with my family, with all members of my family, are so much stronger, and it's great to finally be in that place now where I am the daughter, granddaughter, niece, goddaughter that they all knew that I had the potential to be. I didn't, I do now. So that's great. And I enjoy spending time with my family now. So in the past, when I was still drinking, I would kind of be embarrassed to face them because I would be going out at the weekends, and really sort of shameful and embarrassing things would have been happening because of my drinking. And then it would be that kind of fear of seeing them, the next time. So now it's just great to spend time with them, and cherish the memories. The relationships with my friends, they're the best that they could be. They're authentic, they're strong friendships. And they're so happy that they've got sober Steph all the time. Sober Steph was only a little glimpse of the person that I was when I was still drinking, because I would either be drunk or hungover. So obviously they're not worried now. We can go on nights out. They're not worrying about me. They're not worrying where I'm taking myself off to, where I'm going to end up. And also I'm not worrying that I've said something awful and upset them and offended them. So in general, all relationships within my life are so much stronger after, I stopped drinking. So how did my family and friends react to the changes that I've made? It has always been positive, and I don't think I've really had any difficult moments. And my friends and family are very proud of me, and like I mentioned before, they're always telling me that. I think initially when I decided to stop drinking, I did say that my intention was to not drink again, and certain people did think that I was too young to say that, and I was putting too much pressure on myself. But I think as the more time's gone on, and the more things that I'm achieving within my sober life that I 100% wouldn't be doing if I was still drinking, I think those people that initially had those views now realise that there actually is no place for alcohol in my life, full stop. And I have actually inspired a couple of family members to stop drinking. Certain members that have drank for a long time, that their drinking probably wasn't problematic, and it wasn't anywhere near as bad as mine, but it has just made them reevaluate their relationship with alcohol, which is great. And the family dynamics are just brilliant. They're so much stronger. We're so much stronger as a family unit. communication, obviously, as we all know, is massive, and particularly within families. And I feel that I'm now at a point where if anything does bother me, or I do feel that something may be getting on top of me, I am able to talk openly now with my family, whereas I felt like I wasn't able to do that when I was still drinking. I felt like everyone was judging me. Um, so I do feel like we just have a much more open and transparent relationship now, which is absolutely great. Um, and also I think my family have gained a lot more awareness of alcohol, and how it can affect, people. So throughout my journey, they've been learning with me, which is absolutely great. Is there an activity that I enjoy doing more with my loved ones now I'm in control of my drinking? I don't think that there is one specific thing in general. It's just about being so much more present in every situation that I'm in with my family. And I can really appreciate all of the memories that we're making, and really soak up sort of the environment that I'm in. And I'm so much more dependable now that I'm alcohol free. And what's great is it's so empowering to know that I'm able to offer the same kind of physical and mental support that my family have offered me all these years. I'm able to give that back to them, and that's absolutely brilliant. And that is such a good feeling for me to have. And the weekends with my children, they're so much longer now. It would be that I would go out on a Friday night or a Saturday night, and then the next day would just be, oh kids, let's have a movie day. Even if it was beautiful sunshine outside, we'd be under a duvet watching films all day because I'd have a hangover. And just in general, as a family, we're experiencing so many new things. We're doing things, activities, visiting places, really pushing ourselves, not just me pushing myself out of my comfort zone, but as a family, we're doing things that we never would have done before. And like I said, I would have been nursing a hangover all weekend. So yeah, that definitely wouldn't be happening. Um, so when I decided to stop drinking, is there a specific example where I felt like I was turning over a new leaf or starting something new? I think for me, I felt like, or I feel like I've really turned over a new leaf when I've began to discover what my true hobbies are. All I've ever known really is going out at the weekends and binge drinking. Other than being a mum, that was kind of it. And I felt like I didn't really have an identity other than that I was mum during the week. Either whichever night it was, either a Friday or a Saturday night, I would go out and I would binge drink, and then it would be hungover the next day, and that was just kind of what my life was. Now I'm climbing mountains. I'm flying the UK's fastest zip wire. I go wild swimming, I run, I go to the gym every day, I meditate. The list goes on. And what's become apparent to me is that all of those things that I've just mentioned, they are ways of coping. They are my coping mechanisms, and the positive ways of managing my mental health. Of course, when we stop drinking, it doesn't eradicate all our problems, and any problems that we have or had will still be there, but what it means is that we're able to deal with those problems so much more rationally and think clearer. And as I've said, I really do feel like that for me was the biggest turning point, knowing that if I do feel a little bit down, or I feel stressed, or I feel anxious, I'll get my dog and I'll go for a walk, or I'll go to the gym, or I'll pick up the phone and I'll speak to a family member. And I'm therefore able to manage my mental health so much more effectively. So that for me has got to be sort of really where I felt like I was turning over a new leaf, because this is for the rest of my life. This is, I can implement all those things like I've just mentioned, going forward. the positive, healthy coping mechanisms rather than reaching for a drink if I've had a bad day or I feel down or I feel stressed. So, at what point did I feel like I was truly owning my sober life? So, I think that's probably got to be from around January this year. I think that was really a pinnacle point in me feeling like I was really owning this. And that was because I founded a support group of sober and sober curious ladies based in Manchester. I reached out on Instagram and I got a brilliant response, and I thought, you know what, there's a need here. There's all these ladies that are in a very similar situation to me, and they want to connect with other like-minded sober or sober curious ladies. They want to make friends, they want to partake in activities and events, and I've kind of really gone with that now, and we've got a great group, and we're getting messages daily from new ladies, which is absolutely brilliant.